That song is fire. All right, hi guys. So I thought it would be fun to do a video about something I don't hate, as I feel like if you were to look at my channel, you may think, wow, there are absolutely no movies or things outside of Avatar: The Last Airbender that you like or enjoy at all. And yeah, that's because that's mostly the case. There have been very few movies that have come out recently that I even come close to enjoying. In 2018, the only one that I can think of, I guess that would be like a runner-up to what I'm about to talk about, would be Incredibles 2, and even then, there's a lot. Let me know if you want to see a video about that. Leave a comment down below. But there was one movie that I saw this last year that was incredible. That was amazing. So amazing. I saw it twice in theaters, which I haven't done in years. And that is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And to be fair, I'm really into animation. My roommate's getting her master's in animation. So this is like a world I'm kind of into. So I've known about this movie for a second, but I tried not to watch too much of the trailer and I wasn't entirely sure what to expect going into it. But I kind of kept my expectations like, oh, maybe the visuals will be incredible. God damn. Maybe the visuals will be spectacular, but the story will be so-so, which was kind of the case with Incredibles 2. But no, I found legitimate joy in this movie. Part of it is, yes, visually it is incredible. The color schemes, composition, the way it's animated 3D but looks 2D, kind of has like a comic book vibe, the action, the way the characters moved, the way they spoke. Oh, it was incredible. But also just every character felt unique, had a lot of personality to them. Shout outs to Miles Morales, his dad, and Peter B. Parker, the like schlubby Spider-Man. Is hilarious and such a great concept and stole my heart. Even movies that are supposed to be funny, I don't laugh out loud a lot because I don't think they're that funny. But this one, oh my gosh, I was like busting a gut. It was so good. Even the second time I saw it, now some things like because I already know what the joke is gonna be, I'm just more like smiling because the people around me are laughing. But some of them are just like, oh, that's funny, that's clever, that's good. Is it a perfect movie? No. It's been out for a minute, so I mean, like spoiler, I guess. There are some plot elements, especially involving his uncle and Miles kind of like figuring out how to use his power that moved too fast. And then of course, because there's so many characters that are being introduced, which is part of the fun of it, but also you can only spend so much time with each character. And of course, characters that come in later, like, what is it, Spidey Pig? The Spider Noir. Those ones are such comic relief, and they actually use them so sparingly that they're pretty effective. But there's still a ton of other characters that are much more important that I wish we could see more of. And this movie, it's not a short movie either. Like it's like a real movie length. I still was just craving to spend more time with them. Like, God, what I want to give for this to be a mini series or something, or a regular series, honestly. And my roommate and I have discussed this. What's really exciting is what this could open up for animated films in the future, because this film, although it's animated and it's Spider-Man, so you would think it's more directed towards a younger crowd, but it really doesn't feel that way. It feels like its target audience is more 12 to adult. Doesn't feel dumbed down or little kidded down at all. You might also be like, oh, Claire, I thought you hated superheroes, blah, blah, blah. I kind of do, but I inherently accept them more when it's in animated form. That's part of the advantage that I think animated anything has for certain stories, because I can accept that they wear spandex costumes and have superpowers when it already feels a little separated from my reality because it's in an animated world. But yeah, because the way the characters look and move, they're not super Disney stylized. I mean, even though like the studio like DreamWorks, they try to separate themselves from Disney, sometimes very successfully. sometimes very not. You can still see how Disney has just seriously influenced the character designs and like style of animation. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing because I'm a Disney fangirl. It works when it works, but this is so different. Like the look, the style, the feel is so different from any sort of Disney film. I hope we can see more films like this in the future. Animated films that take risks, both stylistically and not targeting the youngest audience in the theater. My theater, especially the second time, we saw it on Christmas Day, and there are some kids in there, but there was also, I would say 85% adults, including my mom, who she's not super into superheroes or into animation by any means, but she was just so in love with this movie, just thought it was hilarious and beautiful and heartfelt. It's just such a hit, and it reminds me there are movies out there that I actually like. It gives me hope for the industry, and that I hope that there's more movies like this. You know, not necessarily like animated superhero movies, but animated movies that go off of the Disney model, both in storytelling and in style. The movie tells the story in a interesting way too, where it's like not super linear, and it goes back to explain certain characters' backstories in a really interesting way. And the idea of multiple dimensions is kind of a complicated concept, but because it's animated, they're able to show that concept really easily. Like, it's a very easy thing to absorb, and it's original. Even though the property itself is not, the story feels more original than virtually everything else that's out there right now, which is just a remake or a retelling or a sequel or a prequel or whatever. It's so fun. It's very exciting. It's an exciting time, I think. Yeah, have you guys seen this movie? Do you feel the same way I do about it? Is there any animated movies that you're looking forward to seeing too this glorious year, 2019? We get to look forward to Toy Story 4. Like this video if you want to see more like them in the future, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my content, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!